What's up, Facebook Live? Nice to see you. Instagram, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm glad you are here. Today is day number 76 of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. Let me drop a note in here real quick. The topic is getting back into your groove. Hey, welcome. Hope you are enjoying your morning, evening, or afternoon. Jonathan Stone, welcome, sir. Matthew, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Let's see. JC, what's up, buddy? Heidi, welcome. Kat, Oklahoma in the house. Nice to see you. Seminole, Florida. Oren, nice to see you, buddy. Welcome back. Kevin, what's up, dude? Go Dodgers. Hey, good team. Jane, what's up? Okay, so as you're tuning in, I'd love to know real quick, how many of you feel like you're absolutely in your A game right now? You are at your absolute best. So 0 to 10, 10 being you're absolutely at your prime. It's the best results currently in your business, currently in your finances, currently in your health and fitness, currently emotionally, currently in your relationship, currently, I'd love to know, how do you feel currently? Someone says I'm at my worst. Someone says they're at a 5. Got another 5. Okay. 6, 8, 6. So it is coming at a good time to talk about this. How many of you feel like you need to do something to get back into your groove? Now, this is important. I've noticed a handful of companies I do consulting with or coach, or I help lead some of their team discussions each week. I've noticed a trend where some of them have slipped a little, meaning January was fantastic. February was solid. March was really good. And the beginning of April, all of a sudden, I was like, wah, wah. Now, I don't know if you've had that experience, because I know my other clients are killing it right now, better than it's ever been. But some of them, they've slid a little. And what I noticed was some things changed. And specifically, when I asked them what changed, we looked back and they're like, I don't know. I'm doing everything I was doing when it was working. Like I'm doing everything. And as I say, okay, pause for a half second. Did you stop doing it at the same intensity at any time period? And they said, I don't think so. And they thought about it and they said, actually, this is interesting. Actually, I was so focused coming into the new year, I doubled down and I really worked hard and I started getting immediate results. And then I was working really hard and the momentum kept going into February. And then in March, I was doing so good. And they're like, shoot, that's what happened. And I said, what? And they said, in March, when I started doing so good, I started to get distracted and do little things to reward myself. And I started to get a little off track. And I went, ooh. And they said, but now I'm doing it. I'm doing all the things I was doing before, and the results just aren't showing up. And I said, there's a lag factor going on. I said, let me share something really important. And this is the key for today, getting back in your groove. You got to think back to the moment when you were absolutely crushing it. So the best results you've ever had in that category of your life. And you can pick whatever category you want. And so the key is, if you look for what was a moment when you were absolutely dominating, crushing it, achieving the result you really want, a result you were really proud of. If you look back at that moment, what you want to look at is, what were you doing a couple weeks before those results started showing up? What were you doing directly before the results got there? Because what were you doing that week when you got all the results That's not the week that created the results. I remember I was doing some light bodybuilding, and my trainer was working with me, and he taught me something. He says, you know, when it's getting down to like the abs showing moment of this journey, whatever you put in your mouth, the next couple weeks, you got about 6 weeks where, you know, if you eat something with salt, the salt is going to cause extra body weight or extra water weight on your body. He says you got 6 weeks until it clears out of your system. That means whatever I did 6 weeks ago is the result that's going to be showing right now. And this is the same thing that's going on in your business, your health, your emotions, your finances, your relationship. Whatever result you're getting right now is what you were doing 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, which led to this moment and this result. For those of you who are killing it and loving your result, congratulations. Whatever you did stacked up. Now, here's the key. Don't stop doing it, or else 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, you're going to have a lull and go, what the heck happened? And what happened was you took a week off, and that week off catches up in the future. It doesn't catch up right now. So for those of you who are killing it, keep going. For those of you who are the 5s, 6s, 3s, 2s, 1s, 0s, all those numbers I saw, what we need to do is rewind, look back at a time when you were at your absolute best, your prime. Measure 2 weeks, 3 weeks, up to 6 weeks prior to that and say, what were you doing? And I'll give you some categories. Number one, what were you mentally consuming? What were you mentally thinking about? What were you mentally fueling your mind with? What were you reading? What were you studying? What were you listening to? What were you flooding into your mental mind, your mindset, your mental capacity? What were you flooding in to fill your mind? What were you focusing your mind on? What were you thinking about? What conversations were you having? What were you reading or learning about? You want to figure out what were you doing mentally before adding up to the moment where you peaked and had this great experience. Number two, emotionally, what kind of emotions were you allowing to flood into your body? How were you feeling every day? Who were you hanging out with? How did that make you feel? What things were you listening to change how you feel? What things were you eating? How were you fit? What were you doing emotionally? Third, physically. What were you physically doing with your body? How much sleep were you getting? What kind of fuel were you putting in your mouth? What were you eating? How much workouts were you doing? What are all the details on the physicalness of what you were doing? And what you'll start to see between mentally what you were doing, emotionally what you're doing, and physically what you're doing, you'll start to see a pattern of, oh my gosh, when I do these things, when I think about this stuff, when I feel this way, and when I do this with my body, my results tend to go up. Then you'll start to notice, what did you stop doing that over time caused those results to come on back down? Now, it's really simple. If you get back into the groove of doing the things you were doing prior to having the great peak in results, that's going to be the sweet spot we want to get back to get you back into your groove, to get you back into your rhythm. So tonight's going to be short. I have dinner with my wife that I'm excited about. So take time, review, figure out what you were doing mentally, emotionally, and physically when you were leading up to your best. And then repeat it, put it back in motion. I'll check in on you over the next few days and see what happens. Now, remember, there's a lag time, meaning if you start doing it today and expecting results tomorrow, you'll get some results tomorrow, but you'll see lots of results over the next 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks by getting into the rhythm and keeping the rhythm going. So have fun with this, kick some butt, and I'll see you all tomorrow for day number 7 of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. See you all later.